Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? My name is Kyle, you know me as Dragonmar, and welcome to a new video. So, with Act 3 just around the corner, in fact, this video is going to go live, I think, when Act 3 is live as well. I want to give you guys some tips, 3 tips that I think you should think about and do before you play your first ranked game of Act 3. With that being said, if you guys do enjoy this video, hey, leave a like, subscribe for more, and of course, hit that bell as well. And let's get into the video. Alright, so the first tip, the first thing I want to talk about that you should do before you jump into ranked in Act 3 is to learn the new map Icebox. And in particular, if you're impatient like I am, you're like, well, what? I'm not going to go play a bunch of games in Icebox. What are you talking about, Kyle? No, I know, me neither. But what I am going to do is I'm going to do something that I like to call a walkthrough. And essentially in this walkthrough, I'm going to go into a custom game and I'm going to pause the timer and I'm going to walk through the map. But there are a few things that I'm going to look for to hopefully help familiarize myself with this map. Because remember, all we're trying to do here is get ourselves best prepared for when we have to play this map in ranked. Because you never know how maps play until you really play them in ranked. So first things first, we want to look for sight lines. We want to see where you can be seen from in certain positions. Are there any great spots for oppers? Are there any weird angles that maybe you wouldn't expect if you're walking into bomb sites? Things of that nature. You're going to look for all of that just by walking around and noticing, hey, oh, I can see this position from here. That's interesting. Or, oh, I can't see this position from here. That's interesting as well. Next, you want to check for corners. Obviously, there's going to be corners on the map, but in particular, you want to look and see how deep these corners are. Because remember, a lot of Valorant's corners are very, very deep. A lot more than other games like Counter-Strike, for example, where you think you've checked the corner, but because it's so deep, someone's so far in there, you actually don't see them and you end up dying, which is a huge problem for a lot of us, including myself. But that is also something I want to look for. So you want to check, okay, there's a lot of annoying corners in this map as well. Where should I be checking? But next, you want to also think about high ground, right? So high ground obviously gives you a natural advantage just because there's not a lot of movement abilities in Valorant, so it's kind of hard to get on top of it. So once you control it, you sort of have that advantage. Now, you want to look for where you can take high ground on this map and what sort of advantage does it give. Remember, there are situations where high ground actually is a disadvantage, especially if it's hard to get in and out of. Because if you are up there, there is a possibility you'll get stuck potentially. So it's really good to familiarize yourself with not just the entrances to a lot of these places, but also the exits. And then finally, we want to talk about bomb plant spots. We want to talk about where you can actually put this bomb down, because that is going to be key to just sort of familiarizing yourself with the bomb sites in general, because you want to know, okay, where can I plant this bomb and where can I defend it from? Or if this bomb has been planted here in this position, where can I go after that to you know, attack or defend the players who are going to come towards that bomb? It's very, very important that you don't go into your first few games on Icebox planting the bomb in the worst spot possible because you took no time to actually think about it. So just take that 5-10 minutes it's going to take to do this, and you'll really set yourself up for success for the first day. Alright, so my second tip for Act 3 is something that I've recently started doing, and I've actually found a little bit of success with it, so now I really can recommend this to people, and that is to find a warm-up routine for before playing the game or before playing your first ranked game of the day. Now, this is actually more important than I realized, because I noticed that when I would jump into a game too soon, I was a little bit more nervous, a little more cautious, a little more hesitant to take fights because I just didn't feel like my aim was on point. But when I was warmed up and when I was, you know, practicing in aim lab or in deathmatch, I noticed that when I got into my games, I was much more, you know, happy to take those 1v1 duels even if I was losing them. And I just felt more comfortable, more confident in my play. And I think this is a big problem for a lot of people, is that they just don't always have that sort of, that dedication, I guess you could say, to go into a few deathmatch games first, or to hop on AimLab or Kovacs or something and get that little bit of training in, that little bit of warm up, just to get their hands, you know, a little warmer, get that mouse moving. And then they go into their first game and they bottom frag and they do horrible. And it's like, oh, well, what did you expect? So my tip for anyone going into Act 3 right now, still looking to improve, still looking to get better at this game, is to maybe take the time, take about, I'd say 10 to 15 minutes before your ranked games, do a little aim lab, Kovacs, whatever it is for you, jump into a few deathmatch games, and then hop into a ranked game. Remember, this doesn't have to be multiple hours long. under an hour is fine. Under 30 minutes even is fine. It's just to get your hand moving a little bit and get yourself ready, get in that right mindset. And like I was saying, this is something I just implemented at the end of Act 2, where I've really started actually focusing on this because, you know, my goal is to hit a much higher rank this season. I would like to try to grind a Radiant this season, or this act, I should say. And because of that, I know I have to be at my, you know, my best at all times. So yeah, warming up absolutely is the way to go. And I've already seen some improvement with it. And finally, tip number 3 is essentially asking yourself a question. And that is, are you happy with your performance and the way you played and where you ended up in Act 2? And if you are, great. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a good job. But if you're like me, or you're like a lot of us in this community, and you're not very happy with your performance and where you ended up, it's time to maybe change things and hopefully change them for the better. So personally, what I'm doing right now is I'm going to be upping my sensitivity. I have noticed throughout my time playing this game that I am under aiming. I am not getting my crosshair onto the target. I'm just not getting far enough on my screen with a swipe. I think that I need to up that sensitivity a little bit. So I'm going up just a tiny bit from 0.285 in the game to 0.3 to start, but that is a lot for me. And on top of that, I'm also going to be trying out more duelists. So at the end of this act, I had a lot of fun playing Reyna, dropping, 20 plus kills nearly every single game I played her, which is just not something I ever really did with Omen. And I'm realizing that I may have been wrong to sort of corner myself into this support role. And so I am definitely going to be looking outside of that when I move into Act 3. But for you guys, you want to be asking similar types of questions. You want to think about the agents you're playing and ask yourself, okay, is this still the right agent for me? Does this agent make sense for the way I play the game? A lot of my community plays agents like Cypher and Killjoy. And then they ask me, hey, I'm stuck, in X rank for this amount of time. Why can't I get out? And I suggest, hey, what if you try a duelist? What if you try essentially the polar opposite of what your current agent is? And they come back to me a week later and they say, oh my God, Kyle, I'm ranking up. Thank you so much. And it's like, yeah, it really was that simple for a lot of people. And so it's always worth trying that, I think. A lot of people get nervous and they're like, oh, I don't even want to bother. I don't think that. But why not? Why not give it a shot? So I highly suggest, if you are one of those people who you feel a little bit stuck in your current rank, give it a shot. Change things up big time like that. Another thing you can also think about your performance, where you ended, and sort of how to make things better for Act 3 is also maybe trying out the new agent, Skye, when she comes out on October 27th. Now, I don't know if she's going immediately into ranked on the 27th or if that is the date, but nonetheless, that is something that you could possibly think about, because remember, a lot of people are able to climb really, really high in the beginning with Killjoy. Now, obviously, one tricking and doing that kind of stuff with these agents is a little bit boring, but it's still worth a shot, I think, to maybe try this new agent out when she becomes available, especially if you are someone who was unhappy with the way that Act 2 ended for you. But I think the main thing here is that if you were unhappy, it's really, really important you look to make a change and to make a positive one. Don't let yourself continue on just, treading water. You guys need to really break out of that mold and try at least to do new things in this game, because really there are a lot of options, but a lot of us sort of corner ourselves into this one role and then we just kind of leave ourselves there and like, this is it. This is as much as I could do. I am a sentinel, but you're not. You're a player. You can play any agent, and trust me, there is definitely an upside to that. All right, guys, that is where we are going to end what you guys should do before you play ranked in Act 3. Now, I do want to remind you that I am going to be streaming the day this goes live. So the day Act 3 goes live, I'll be streaming normally, as I always do, at 6 p.m., maybe a little bit earlier, honestly, because I do want to get on and play some ranked. Hope to see you guys there, twitch.tv/Dragonmar. Remember, I am about to stream pretty much every day in the very near future, so I can't wait to do that and to hang out with you guys on stream. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more. I am very excited for Act 3, for essentially a kind of a fresh start, if you will, on this game for me, where I really can put some focus in, some time into the game to hopefully, and I say hopefully, hit Radiant. Not sure if we can do it, but I do want to give it a shot. So, hey, if you guys have any questions, anything you want to ask, maybe you're stuck and you're looking for some answers yourself, leave a comment. And of course, hey, join the Discord. Links down below. That Discord, my Discord, is always open to you guys to join, ask questions there to the community. We have a really, really active community in the Discord. Great place, great place to hang out and meet people to play with as well. Hope to see you guys in there, and I'll see you guys on stream. Take it easy, and peace.